Good morning, children. Welcome to another session of online audio video lessons. I am Sahilaja from Chet Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Today's subject English Prose, Class 5th, Lesson 18, Topic Weeds in the Garden. Video number 26. Let's get started. Weeds in the Garden. Meanings and summaries given here, children. Just give a reading before you proceed to the lesson. 18 weeds in the garden. Most of the parents like to fulfill the wishes of their children. They feel sorry when they cannot indulge their kids or when they have to scold them. And when even a scolding has no effect, the parents become very, very unhappy. Such was the case with Anshuman and his parents. So, every parent scolds or try to guide their children in a good way. So we as being children, we should not take it in a negative way. The parents, what they say should always be taken in a positive way, and that is for our betterment and improvement. That should be the attitude with us with children. So one such child, Anshuman, was there in this lesson we will be seeing, and his parents. Okay, we'll see now. Anshuman's parents had noticed that he was developing some bad habits. Naturally, they began to warn him time and again, but all in vain. So he was trying to get some bad habits. Parents were trying to tell them, scold them, everything, but everything is on all in vain. That means not in use, nothing is working. Anshuman just wouldn't listen. He refused to believe that he was letting those bad habits get a hold over him. And gentle words, strict warnings, a scolding now and then his parents tried everything short of beating him up. And that they would never do. However, unhappy they themselves were, they wanted to be loving and gentle as they tried to correct their son's way. So they tried all ways like scolding and telling and pacifying and loving, beating, everything, but no use. Soon an opportunity presented itself. Anshuman had gone to stay on his grandfather's farm with his parents. Early one morning, his father took him for a walk around the farm. He was describing the specialities of various plants and vines and bushes and trees to Anshuman. Suddenly he stopped and pointed at a small seedling growing near a plant. So they went to their grandparents' place. With the parents, he went, and in the morning, father took him for a morning walk, and he could see various plants, vines, bushes, trees, plants, everything around. So suddenly he stopped after seeing one small seedling was growing near a plant. Anshuman, that's a weed. Can you pull it out? Father said. Anshuman had no difficulty in pulling all of the small seedling out. Good, said his father, and they continued with their walk. After a while, they came upon to see same weed, but there it had grown slightly bigger. Anshuman, Anshuman's father told him to pull it out this plant too. He told him to uproot the weed carefully, making sure that no trace of the root was left in the soil. So once they were walking, he saw a small sapling or the seedling growing. They could easily pull it out. After they went for some more distance, father saw another small plant, the weed, and asked him to pull it out, and also told that no roots should be there. So he tried easily to pull it out from the soil. He tried it, took it out. Otherwise, the weed can grow again, he warned. He told that you have to take it with the roots, otherwise, it may grow again back. Anshuman uprooted the plant carefully, twisted it and pulling it hard so that the whole of it came out. So Anshuman was very careful and twisted and slowly took it out with the roots out. Then his father drew his attention to the same weed, growing at some distance. There it had grown into a big plant with tiny flowers and dark fruit. That could be quite dangerous. We mustn't leave it growing there. Take it out, said Anshuman's father. So after a distance they walked, they saw the same seedling, it a little grown up and firmly fixed in the soil, and small dark fruit flowers were there. Then he said, it may be very dangerous, try to pull it out. Try to pull that plant also. Anshuman's father told Anshuman. Anshuman held the plant in his hands and gave it a tug, and the weed didn't move at all. He pulled harder and harder, but to no avail. So he tried to pull it, but he could not. He tried for a long time. He could not pull it. I can't get this out, exclaimed Anshuman. It has gone too deep into the soil. So then his father brought some implements. They dug around the weed with great effort and pulled it out. When they were returning home after the hard work, Anshuman's father mentioned very important line, I'll tell you. So once they tried to pull out this plant which was having flowers and fruits, they could not pull it. It was very difficult because it has gone deep into the soil and already fixed. So they brought some implements, some tools, and tried to dig it out, and tried to dig it with great effort. They could pull it out. So when they were returning back home after hard work by pulling that weed or the plant, then Anshuman's father mentioned one good example here. Listen carefully, children. Habits are like weeds. Our habits are like weeds, these unnecessary plants. Weeds are unnecessary plants. The longer you allow them to grow, the harder it is to uproot them. It is wise to get rid of them when it is easy to do so. He said, like the plants, a small plant they could remove very easily, but a big plant could not be removed easily. So in the same way, your habits, small habits when they are at the starting, at the beginning, you can simply change it. You can forget and change it. Whereas if you have the habits been deep rooted in you, inside you, it is very difficult to take it out and throw out. So Anshuman realized the truth in his father's words. Throughout his life, he never forgot that early morning walk on the farm with his father. Hope you understood the story. Revise the chapter and complete the exercises in the workbook. So until our next session, happy learning. Take care. Thank you, children.